What's up, guys? It's Poxtops here with Weekend Warriors. Welcome to Xcom 2 War of the Chosen, episode 12. So today we're going to get quite a bit of stuff done, not only on the overworld map and covert ops. We're going to get one step closer to taking out that ridiculous Warlock that keeps annoying us. So let's hop right into it. So first things first, let's go out here and let's do that one, the scientist. Increased research speed is always a good thing. We're so close that might as well just go ahead and do it. And there's a mission. So this is Operation Little Stroke. Raid the Advent train. This is the second supply raid mission, the better of the two. This is not the one where you have to claim the crates, you just kill all enemies. This is the better one. You get a lot of stuff for this one, actually. So we'll go ahead and do that. That should give us a pretty good amount of supplies, actually. And on this one, let's go ahead and remove turbo. And I think we'll take Leon, actually. Let me think about this for a second. Do we want to take 2 grenadiers? I think we do, because the Warlock is supposed to show up on this one. Or at least if he doesn't, we're very close to him showing up. So let's just go ahead and take 2 grenadiers just in case. So we'll run Callie, Laoham, Marb, Poxtops, and Lotmare, I believe, is what we'll do. Having 2 grenadiers being able to shoot grenades at the Warlock with him having the shrapnel weakness is going to be really good. So let's see if we can build anything before we launch. Nope. Oh, the supplies issue. Really got to get that fixed. Alright. So let's go ahead and do this.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace ready to deploy.
The mission difficulty on this one was actually difficult, so we'll see how this goes. We're getting to the point actually where we're going to start seeing advanced troopers, which it's not that they're hard by any means. It's just it's even more important you don't allow them to take shots. Their accuracy is increased by, I'm pretty sure, a considerable amount as compared to, you know, basic troopers. I think we may actually be getting close to seeing advanced MECs as well, which is gonna suck when we start running into those. We really need the phaser rounds. So I went ahead and did a time jump here. At the beginning I was just actually looking to see where that first pod was. So we're just going to jump past the first turn so that we can go ahead and get right into the combat section of the video. So we know that there's another pod walking around down there. There's a pod here. And from the looks of it, there's only 2 pods, which means most likely the Warlock is going to be on this mission. Generally, the mission the Warlock's on, you have fewer enemies. So we'll go ahead and open up on this pod with a grenade from Marb. At least peel one of the armor off the shield bearer. And get some damage on the Spectre and the Purifier as well. So in this pod, between the 3 of them, the shield bearer is probably the more dangerous. I mean, his first turn is always going to be wasted on putting a shield up, it's just going to increase the amount of time it takes us to kill an enemy, which is bad. But he's also more likely to shoot his gun too. So I debated on using demolition here and ended up going with it. It ends up getting rid of every bit of his cover, which is going to be great because that means that Callie and Laoham can take unhindered shots. We got a pretty good amount of damage off on everyone in the beginning. I was just checking the shot percentages with Pox there. I decided to go ahead and use Lau's lightning hands here. which gives him a free pistol shot. So I go ahead and take that. Unfortunately, the armor did absorb 1 point of the damage that he was going to do, but it still sets him up pretty well to get the kill with the rifle. So Lau takes out the shield bearer. At this point, it's like, let's go ahead and get rid of the Spectre because of the shadow thing. So I used Callie's lightning hands, and unfortunately he missed. I actually do believe that if he would have hit the lightning hands, if I'm not mistaken, this shot connects, and if he would have hit the lightning hands prior, he would have actually killed that Spectre. So unfortunately, the Spectre is still out of range to be killed. So I go ahead and take Pox's shot on the Purifier. It's a crit, 7 damage crit, not too bad. Gets rid of him. Then our best friend shows up.
You have been judged.
Shows up to be just as talkative and annoying as ever. And now that he has Mech Lord, that makes it a little bit more dangerous. The MECs, they have the rocket launch ability in which they can fire their rockets, and that's what makes them a little bit more dangerous. Kind of want to kill them before they get a chance to do that. So the Shadow does exactly what I thought it was going to do. It picks someone and then goes and creates the Shadow copy. Which unfortunately the target was Marb here. But it's okay because it doesn't injure him or anything. It just knocks him unconscious. If we kill the Shadow, it gets rid of that. Marb comes back, and if we kill the Spectre, it gets rid of it. So it's not that big of a deal. Spectre is actually, he didn't necessarily teleport to an unreachable spot, so we should be able to handle that pretty easily. So now it was just trying to decide on the best way to get flank shots on the Spectre. It sucks that we ended up that Lightning Hands is on cooldown in this instance, but it's not that big of a deal. If we get flank shots, normal pistol shots will have 100% accuracy on this guy. So Callie takes his pistol shot, gets 4 damage off on him. Not too shabby at all. And then I go ahead and I believe I moved Lau over. I wanted to check see if there's better cover options, because that cover option actually leaves his back exposed to the side that the patrol was on. But I go ahead and move Lau over and take this pistol shot as well, and that quickly takes care of him and gets us good old Marg back. So it was a pretty easy first little pod. During the time bender here, the Warlock is going to summon some zombies, and Lightmare and Marb's Overwatch kills them both. So yeah, he's to the point where he summons 2 zombies now instead of just 1. And I believe they actually get a little bit of an increased health pool. So I was really hoping that that mech and those 2 advanced troopers were going to patrol back towards us. But I have to end up keep moving forward and putting people in Overwatch and just hoping they activate the Overwatch. They do end up coming back towards us, and this activates first Marb's Overwatch, and Marb gets a nice little 7 damage kill there on that advanced trooper. And then once the pod activates, one of the troopers makes the mistake of running close to Lightmare, and her Overwatch goes off, and she gets a nice little 8 damage kill there. So that greatly reduced the amount of enemies we had to kill in that pod. The only thing that's left is the mech, but our best friend here wants to try to keep things interesting, so he summons 2 more zombies. It sucks that he's summoned them so close to us, actually. I would prefer to kill them before they have the ability to activate that skill they have called Spectral Rupture or whatever, where they blow up, that we've seen back in episode 4, I think was the episode we seen it in. Since then, we've always killed them before they had a chance to activate it, but unfortunately, this guy right here gets right up on top of Marb and activates it. So now we have no choice but to run Marb out of that before we kill him. So now it's like, I know I need to get rid of the zombie, but I wanted to see how much damage Lightning Hands would do. Because I would kind of, I don't want to kill it right away, but dealing damage to it to make sure that we can get the guaranteed kill afterwards would be nice. So I go ahead and move Marb up. And notice the shot chance on the mech is actually pretty good. And I want to go ahead and use Shredder here to get rid of his armor. So Marb gets 4 damage off on him and gets rid of the armor. So that was really good. That actually set him up to be killed by Pox. So I went ahead and just took the ambush shot with Pox there and got the kill. So that was pretty good. Pox ended up ranking up off of it too. So it all worked out. So go ahead and use Lightning Hands with Lao here and get 4 damage off on the zombie. And then switch over to Callie and do the same thing. Lightning Hands pretty much gives you free damage, so I mean you might as well take it, because after you use Lightning Hands you can still shoot your rifle. So here's another little time bender where I was trying to get close enough to the Warlock to deal damage to him without taking unnecessary risk, which would be getting into half cover and him taking an actual rifle shot at us. So I just kind of moved everyone up pretty slowly and try to make sure I got everyone into full cover. So there is something very interesting that does happen coming up though, and it's really cool. On his turn he decides to use his Mech Lord ability, which does bring out that MEC, but I'm not too concerned. We're about close enough to him to actually lay into him with some explosive damage. He does attempt to use mind control on Lightmare. Luckily it fails, but unluckily it does daze her. So she will take reduced aim shots. Hopefully we can get rid of him. So at first I wanted to check and see how far Marb's grenade would reach, and it wouldn't quite reach any of them. So at that point I have no choice but to move him forward. So I'm moving forward behind the full cover there. I had to choose between launching a grenade or maybe using Marb's demolition. I strongly considered just using a grenade here on him. And then I strongly considered grenading the mech itself too. But then I remembered that I do have Pox close enough to possibly get a remote start off, but none of them are reach. So then it's like, will Claymore reach? And it will. Just gotta move it around enough to get him included in the blast range. So I go ahead and throw the Claymore. And oddly enough, so like in the overview there, you could see that he could target the Claymore, but in the actual targeting interface, the Claymore was not a available option for him. So it was really weird. So I went ahead and moved back to Lau, and had Lau take the shot with his sniper rifle on the Claymore, and it insta-killed him. So remember, his weaknesses were weakness Reapers, which means he takes additional damage from Reapers, and he takes additional damage from explosives. And because the Claymore came from the Reaper, and Lau shot the Claymore, the damage was still increased by the weakness Reapers, which I thought was kind of weird, but hey, it works. We got the one shot kill out of it, and it makes me wish that I'd had Pox Tops with me every time I'd faced the Warlock. I actually think this is the first time Pox Tops has been with the squad when we faced the Warlock. So when we attack his stronghold, I'm definitely going to want Pox with us. because if we can manage to one-hit kill him in this stronghold, that's going to be amazing. So I went ahead and used Marb's grenade to get rid of the armor and some of the cover that the mech was standing behind. Even though the mech can't take cover, him being behind that stump makes it a little harder to get shots off on him. And then I had Lightmare use one of her grenades to go ahead and rip the other piece of armor off. And Pox has an 89% chance to get the kill shot, so I went ahead and took the kill shot. And that finishes up that mission. Easy peasy. It was not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. We did get 5 Xcom ability points, and we did flawless it. So maybe we're starting up another flawless streak, I don't know. Marb did get most damage dealt though, which is pretty good. And we got 100% accuracy, which is great. So Lao made the most attacks. Marb got most under fire, and Pox got moved furthest. It's strange that Marb got most under fire because he didn't actually get shot at. But I guess they're counting the Spectre creating the shadow version of Marb as him coming under fire. Game got a little bit laggy there in the loading screen, unfortunately. But overall, that was good. It was a pretty good mission. It went nice and smooth. We got a couple of level ups out of that too. Pox, Lightmare, and Callie. Pox, Lightmare, and Callie leveled. So worked out pretty good. So this choice here is between hollow targeting and heavy ordnance. We actually want both of those. Heavy ordnance is really nice because it gives you two grenades in your primary grenade, and hollow targeting is nice when you're having some issues hitting people. It gives you an aim bonus. On Pox, Sting is really good. I debated on taking Sting or what's that ability called? The one over there on the left at the top. Target definition. That's what it's called. We're going to need target definition here soon. But at least after killing the Warlock, we'll definitely need it. I considered going ahead and picking it up now, but we're actually close to one of the best Reaper damage dealing abilities. So Quick Draw and Death from Above, both of those are pretty good. For now though, I think I'm going to go with Death from Above on Callie. I may end up getting Quick Draw as well, but that's going to be like, I want Quick Draw, but I also want Deadeye. So I mean, we may end up having to make a choice on that. But look at that, man. 82 alien alloys, 32 Elerium crystals, 152 supplies, and 2 Elerium cores. Quite possibly one of the best resource gathering missions the game has to offer is the train ones, by far. So we're going to get a couple more things done on the Avenger before we end this episode. Let's go back out to the overworld map, actually, if I could speak English properly. So we did get a disabled truck, which gives us supplies, and you know us, we love our supplies. So probably actually going to scan that. First, let's go back in here for a second, because I think now we actually have enough supplies to get some weapons built, and it'd be nice to upgrade our sharpshooter weapons. We actually want them all. We want everything, but we can't afford everything right now. I was also tempted to go ahead and build the other 3 mine shields we need. Since we got the armor upgrade, we can actually carry a grenade and a utility item, whereas prior you could only carry either or. I did go ahead and grab Gauss weapons and the Vector rifle upgrade though. It's going to be helpful in missions to come, I'm going to say. So let's go ahead and do the disabled truck. We want more supplies. We're supplies hungry at this point. We definitely need them, that's for sure. There's a lot of stuff we need to get done. And we ended up finishing up Sonics. That's good. That opens up the Psi Lab. And we got a breakthrough on improved swords. We definitely want that. We want our rangers, when they melee attack, doing as much damage as possible. So we'll go ahead and grab that breakthrough. It's only going to take us 5 days. The soldier bond icon down there kind of confused me there for a second. I think it's just letting me know that there is a bond we can upgrade. We don't have too many days left until the facility lead is done too. So the Advent did finish up rapid response, which sucks. I didn't really get an opportunity to counter that one, but it's not that big of a deal. We did clear out some more alien debris though, so that's going to open us up to go ahead and do that other shielded power core down there in the bottom left. But first, let me go ahead and put an engineer in here to help speed that up, getting finished up. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that one. So we'll go ahead and start that bottom one as well. Let's see here.
Hey, Commander.
We build anything else? Yeah, we can go ahead and build 2 more mine shields. So we only need 1 more, and then we can outfit an entire squad. And to be honest, looking back on this, I should have checked the squad size upgrade, which I keep forgetting about. But currently we have 6 cores, and due to that card we get instant experimental ammo done. So I know I want to build an exosuit and a spider suit, or 2 exosuits. But since we have 6 Elerium cores, let's go ahead and use 4 of those for experimental ammo. Experimental grenades are pretty neat too. But I'd like to get the phaser rounds. And Talon rounds for nothing would be nice too. So I wanted to check and make sure I had the supplies, like I was figuring out the supplies that we needed, or the materials we needed to make those exosuits and spider suits correctly. So unfortunately we did not get the phaser rounds, but we did get Talon rounds, so that's going to be nice. Venom rounds aren't too bad, AP rounds aren't bad, and I actually forgot what the first one was I got. So let's go ahead and queue up one of the exosuits, and you're going to see right here in a second, I don't even know why I queued up that spider suit. I end up canceling that actually. Once I can figure out the controls on how to cancel it. You can see the little arrow over there on the right going back and forth. I just want to make sure I canceled the right one. So we'll go ahead and build 2 exosuits. And what's going to be nice about those is if you slap them on, they're really good on grenadiers, first and foremost. But they're also good on specialist classes, because like the abilities you get with specialist, you don't get a lot of stuff that you can use all the time. So having that, that extra rocket that you might need to finish off a pod of enemies is always going to be nice. So getting that rocket launcher on the exosuit on a specialist in a clutch situation is going to be pretty nice. So I didn't like that I couldn't see what that hidden event was, and it was signal jamming. So we have signal jamming, and the Chosen has the possibility of sabotaging the Avenger, which is also going to increase our scan times, which is going to suck if we get both of those. So hopefully we can counter one of them before it goes off.
Some of our people are a little worse
We did finish up the facility lead. Featherston got injured, which sucks. It really sucks, because when we started it we didn't have the supplies to do it, well, the supplies to prevent it. So, however, that does open us up to do Into the Fire, because Nothing is off the injury reserve now. So I'm going to send Nothing and Callie on this one. We do not have a Reaper available to negate the Soldier Wounded. I'm pretty sure Pox is tired, actually. So we'll go ahead and send them both. It's a risk, but I want to get that facility opened up for us to take it out. It'll also be really nice to get the Warlock's weapon. So we'll go ahead and finish up this disabled truck. And here's Central reminding us what the name of the game is. And they made 1 bar progress on the Avatar project. And here it is again. So there's another increase. Not too concerned with it. We're gonna have plenty of time. Plenty of time to take care of things. We did finish up improved swords though, which was very nice. And we got a breakthrough on the alien data cache. So we'll go ahead and we'll queue that up. And I'm gonna go ahead and assign the bond training between Pox and Nightmare. You're gonna get a little visual of the abilities that opens up. And with that, guys, it's going to finish up this episode. Hope the first day of 2020 was great for you. Hope you guys have a wonderful 2020. And let's work together to make 2020 the best year of the year. Best year ever. English is difficult, guys. Alright. That'll do it for this episode, guys. Take care. And once again, Happy New Year's. I'll see you next time.